Welcome back. It is the third week, coming up on the final moments for this Marchus Annus project. I've been going over the poem all day. I just thought I'd bring up one of the things that made me choose this particular sonnet, and that is this band, Nightwish, and the song Gethsemane? I'm not sure exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced. It's not actually said in the song itself. I've learned a lot about bands and music from looking at CD inserts like this. And what's really great is all the lyrics that are in place, and also the beautiful album artwork. Alright, so the line in question comes up in the second verse. I'll just read that for you. Another beauty loved by a beast, another tale of infinite dreams. Your eyes, they were my paradise. Forgive me, for I don't know what I gain, alone in this garden of pain. Enchantment has but one truth. I weep to have what I fear to lose. Is any wonder, after listening to this song on repeat a lot, well, the whole album back to back, backwards and forwards, that this, is it any wonder that that line kind of stuck in my brain, and that it would stick out when I go searching for a sonnet to read. This thought is as a death which cannot choose, but weep to have that which it fears to lose. It's paraphrased in the song, of course. But it's so much fun to listen to songs or reading stories where little bits of other things are sort of paraphrased and placed in there and thematically work so well. That is actually something I would love to ask someday, what poets, what poems inspired him the most. I have a guess beyond sonnet number 64. There is a D.H. Lawrence poem that I think may have inspired the song cadence of Her Last Breath. Yeah. But it's quite fun to seeing how Shakespeare has kind of been woven into various Nightwish songs. There's also a moment where I think a line from Hamlet appears. But anyway. Hello. Day 23. Been going over the poem on my own while at work. What's funny is the other night I was just sort of speaking it out loud while I was at work. I was in a part of the building where I was kind of by myself. I got to just before the couplet when a co-worker walked up. Didn't say anything, just went about our business. Yeah, I keep forgetting in line 8 the increasing part with store with loss and loss with store. It's so deceptively simple, and I still get it confused. It's just little things that always kind of get turned around in my brain. Another one was from the rich proud cost, and then going to and the firm soil. I keep wanting to say and the rich soil, which I know is not what it is. But it just keeps happening that way. But I'm still doing it, aren't I? Yes. When I have seen, by time's fell hand defaced, the rich proud cost of outworn buried age, and the firm soil wind of the watery main, increasing store with loss and loss with store. Ruin hath taught me thus to ruminate, that time will come and take my love away. And I'm going to continue to read this and speak it out loud until I get it right, until I get those words that keep tripping me up correct. Yeah. Day 24. Still reciting the poem to myself at work, in the car. But I did quite a bit of writing today, so I'm just going to read what I wrote, because I think that'll just be easier than me trying to paraphrase what I wrote. I was just thinking about the emotions of the sonnet. I think at some point in our lives we find ourselves thinking about life, our place in it, in the world, and then in the universe, and how small everything is, and how short our time is, how there is meaning, how there isn't. I had moments like that in high school, probably in college too. Just overwhelming emotions of fear and grief, anger, confusion, just hitting all in one big wave. That type of emotional wave you either let swallow you or you ride and fight against. For me, those moments culminated in me doing one of two things. One, crying and screaming into a pillow, usually in a closet. Or two, writing a word thought dump of what was in my mind. Much like this. But that's what this sonnet sounds like to me. The poet going through this sort of crisis. Watching buildings from the past, gravestones, pieces of history rotting or being destroyed by rot, and the tools of angry men at war over something. Watching the natural world, the ocean, destroying life while bearing life. Watching all the political changes, old ways fading away, all this maelstrom of destruction, and realizing that it's going to happen to them too. What they care about most will change, realizing their own feelings may change or die. But the sad fact remains they still want the thing they know they will lose. Then I got to thinking about Unus Annus. We knew from day one that on day 365 it would be gone. Death, time, and the impermanence of it all, the inner meaning, memento mori, something we didn't want to end but knew that it had to. Then the weeks, then the days leading up to the end, I remember holding back tears thinking about it. I have those memories, but eventually they will fade. This thought is as a death which cannot choose, but weep to have that which it fears to lose. And here I am, too tired to weep, but still holding on to the memory, that tiny flicker of a moment that was surrounded by a different sort of ruin. Don't get caught in the wave. Time is relative. Death is inevitable. Love is. Love is. All of it is okay. Alright. Day 25. Woohoo. Still getting a little tongue-tied on a couple of spots. Alright, so. When I have seen by time's pale hand defaced the rich proud cost of outworn buried age, and the firm soil win of the watery main, increasing store with loss and loss with store, when I have seen such interchange of state, this thought, okay, which cannot choose, but weep to have that which it fears to lose. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hello everyone. It's day 26 and I don't feel like turning on any more lights, so grainy. Yay. So I'm just gonna see if I can do this in front of a camera without messing up. I have my paper here just in case, and to double check myself. When I have seen such interchange of state, or state itself confounded to decay, ruin hath taught me thus to ruminate, that time will come and take my love away. There is one I keep messing up, or state itself confounded to decay. When I have seen such interchange of state, or state itself confounded to decay. What was the other one? Increasing store with loss, and loss with store. Yeah, it's those two lines, for some reason, keep screwing up. Or state itself. It's day 27, but we can count this as day 27, 28, and 29. Just going to say some final words for this project now. Yes, I am still practicing sonnet number 64, but I'm not going to bore you anymore with just reciting pieces of the sonnet here and there. No, I'm just going to keep practicing and let the final video be the final video of me reciting from memory. And I have an idea of how to do it too. So while, again, I am cutting this here, know that I am practicing up until the end of the month, up until the final video. Of course, the real test will be keeping it memorized. So I'll have to revisit the sonnet from time to time, maybe once every day or once a week. I'll probably revisit this sonnet in November just to prove that it's still in my memory. I am ready to get back to reviews. I have 3 that I need to do and 1 more that I really, really, really want to do. And I also eventually want to share the one story that's been responsible for at least some of my loss of sleep. But again, I want to thank you for joining me on this Marchus Annus. I hope you learned something along the way, if not from me, then on your own adventure. And I'll see you for the final product, which is coming up very soon. Very soon. Memento Mori.